Yeah, welcome students. The topic which we are going to do now is service quality. We all know that how important quality is. The quality differentiates your services or products from the competitor products. So let's see. We are going to discuss the SERVQUAL model, well-known SERVQUAL model of quality. It is the most common method for measuring the service quality. Now, what is service quality? It is basically the difference between the customer expectation of service and the perceived service. If expectation is greater than performance, then the service is less satisfactory, and the vice versa. It is a good service. So let's try to understand. Whenever a provider is providing the services, there will always be certain flaws which are called the gaps in the services. Commonly there are 7 gaps which are highlighted in this model. You can very well see there. So each of this gap is between the two processes. Now out of these 7 gaps, the 3 gaps, gap 1, gap 5 and gap 6, these are 3 very important gaps because they are directly associated with the external customers. Rest are associated with the internal customer, that is the employees only. So let's take each of them separately now. Now, what is gap 1? Gap 1 is the difference between the management perception of what customer expects, what the company thinks should be the customer expectation, and what customers actually expect. So there will be a gap. Naturally, there will be a gap between these two. So this is called the gap 1. Fine. Second gap number 2 is difference between the management perception, that is the company's perception, and service quality. When the company is offering poor quality service, when the organization is offering a poor quality service, inadequate commitment to service quality, then this gap number 2 is there. Okay. Now gap 3, it is the difference between the service quality specification and the actual delivery. There is some specification which is given by the company, and there is one service which actually is delivered. The gap between the two is gap number 3. Okay. Gap 4, difference between the delivery aspect of a service delivery, and what is communicated. Suppose a company says that they are going to deliver in 2 days, but it is delivering most of the time. It is delayed by 1 day or 2 day. Fine. So in that case, there is gap in the delivery part. What is communicated and what actually is being done. Gap 5 is the difference between what customer expects of a service and what actually receives. Expectations are made up of past. Now, what is the customer expectation and the gap between the what customer expects and what customer hears from the word of mouth from the previous customers. Okay, so there will always be a gap. Suppose a student joins a institution and he has some expectation that he's going to get a package of 10 lakhs 12 lakh, but then ex student or alumni tells him that the maximum package is 7 lakhs, so there is a gap, something like that. Okay, gap 6 basically is the discrepancy between the customer expectation and employee perception. 7 is the discrepancy between the employee's perception and the management perception. Yes, this is basically the internal. Management is again the owners and employees are the internal customers. Fine. So 6 and 7. 6 is discrepancy between the customer expectation and employees perception. What employees of a company have perception about a service and what are the customer expectation. There is a gap. There will be always be a gap between that. That is gap 6. Let us see what are the reason for why these gaps occur or these flaws occur in providing these services. Gap 1, when you are not knowing what customer expect. Gap 2, wrong service quality standards, when you are providing a poor quality in services. Gap 3, there is a gap in the performance of the service performance gap. Gap 4, when the promises do not match actual delivery. When you commit that you are going to deliver in 2 days, you are delivering in 3 days, something like that. So there's a gap in the delivery. Gap 5, difference between the customer perception and expectation. 6, is the discrepancy between the customer expectation and employee perception. And 7 is employee perception and management perception. Now, there, in addition to this, you have to understand the gaps in the services. We must understand what are various dimensions of service quality, and these are commonly called the ServQual dimensions. These are, first is tangible. That basically, what is tangible? It is a physical appearance, physical facility in which the service will be delivered. The ambience of a restaurant, ambience of a mall, right? Reliability, ability to perform the promised service dependably and accurately. 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 Responsiveness, willingness to help customers and provide prompt service. Now, when you are responsive to the need of the customers, when you are taking proactive steps to help the customers, that is the responsiveness. Assurance is when you assure the when the employees of a company assures the customers and and builds a trust and confidence about the service in the customer. That is assurance. Empathy, when the management of the company is caring, giving individualized attention to the customer, that is called the empathy. Now, these are determinants of perceived quality. Perceived quality. Right? Now, one is word of mouth, personal needs, past experience. Yes, they go into the they build the expectations. Then external communication to the customers, perceived quality, perceived service. Now, as you can see, there is a quality gap between the expected service and the perceived service. Now let's see try to understand what is being said in this slide. Now you see the level customers believe can be and should be delivered as desired service. So one is the desired service and one is adequate service. That is the minimum level which the customer is able to, which the customer is willing to accept. Now the gap between the two is the zone of tolerance. If the service is between the desired level and adequate level, then it is acceptable. Beyond that, it is not acceptable. So you can see the ServQual data is very useful for a company. Fine. So with this, we come to the end of this topic. Thank you so much.